notify me that it wouldn't even, you know, show my stream or whatnot. Thank you! Oh my god! It was driving me nuts! Well, anyway. I guess with all that now out of the way, I can finally reintroduce myself and finally get this stream back on track. My god. One problem after another. So hey guys, it's Double RPG here, and welcome back to Double RPG Livestream with Octopath Traveler on the Nintendo Switch. So, in the previous episode, we managed to get to the town where Primrose was, and we managed to delve into her prologue and got her to join our party. And now, since we have her in our party, we are in Clearbrook, and we are going to get Alphen to join us in our cause. So, let's not waste any time, and let's get on with this. I mean, seriously, it's about time, too, that we finally get on with this, because I was really getting perturbed with why no gameplay was being shown on the screen. Seriously, enough's enough. But yeah, I did fight a scholar inside this town of Clearbrook, so apparently I didn't even get a chance to showcase it. And so yeah, but I did beat him, but I did get about 11 experience points added to Olberic's experience total, so yeah, we're going to just leave it at that, and then we'll just continue where we left off. But anyways, go ahead and talk to Alphen over here. Zeph, Nina, you better hold on for me. There ain't no way I'm letting that venom beat you. You hear me, Viper? I'm coming for you. Oh, Alphen's gonna see about this supposed person called Viper. Well, I'm not saying it's a person, but, you know, whatever this heinous criminal is. Oh, apothecary, of course. His name is Alphen, and he is an apothecary. His whole life has been spent in a pastoral village of Clearbrook, where he looks after the residents as a young apothecary. He is not alone in his efforts, though. Zeph, his best friend since boyhood, works alongside him. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, finally. And, alright, so, sorry about that, guys. I had to get some stuff taken care of there real quickly, but, anyway, now let's finally get back on track with where we were. He will need carrying allies on the path he has chosen. Okay, so, yes, go ahead and take Alphen along, and we might as well go ahead and hear about the beginning of his own tale before we, move on any further.
Can you really save him with that medicine of yours?
You betcha. Just sit tight. That should do her. Drink it down slowly now.
Alphen's got somewhat of a carefree personality in him from what I notice.
Well, I'll be. Thank you, my boy. Don't mention it. Just doing my job. This'll stop the coughing for now, but your lungs have seen better days. Try to give the pipe a rest, sir. Here?
Oh, Elfin, thank you ever so much. How blessed we are to have an apothecary like you in our little village. It's not much.
No, it's on the house. Why don't y'all hold on to that and buy something tasty for you and your grandpa? I'll be back to check in on him, okay?
It does seem like Alphen is a truly caring type, from what I notice. In this age, the arts of medicine and healing are still in their infancy. With disease and illness rampant, the people rely on salves and tinctures fashioned by apothecaries.
Mama. Did you see me, Ma? I whipped up an antitussive elixir like you.
Looks like his mother, unfortunately did not make it because of the sickness and plagues that's been going around, which is unfortunate.
Can't believe it's been a year already.
Can't believe it's been a year already. Oh, wow.
Am I any closer to being the man I want to be? The man he was.
Who, your father? Or somebody who you looked up to?
Alf, I've been looking all over for you.
Hello and welcome. Hello all who joined in on the stream and welcome. Hey, Zeph. Done for the day?
Yes, only 2 patients today. Having you around sure eases the burden. If only I could convince you to quit giving out discounts.
Oh, come on. The poor gal has enough trouble looking after old Alec. I can't very well take what little she has.
I'm just...
Oh, I bet you are.
If the villagers are healthy and happy, that's more than good enough for me.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
We may be new to this, but between the 2 of us, this village is in good hands.
Sure is. Plagues, epidemics, bring your worst.
I'm counting on you, Alf. We all are. Who would have thought that little troublemaker would turn out to be a top-notch apothecary, huh?
We can't all be born with a silver
Really?
pen, Master.
They nickname you Alf for short? So, you're Alf, alien life form? No. You don't even look like an alien, or alien life form like Alf, so... I guess people just calling you the name Alf as for short, that's short for Alphen, it's just mere coincidence.
Your mother would be proud. Anyway, I should be getting back to Nina.
Yeah, beat it. Head on home, big brother.
Hey, Alphen. We've been friends ever since we were small, right? I know you better than anyone, so be honest. You're keeping something from me, aren't you? I'm right, aren't I? Alf, the truth is...
Master Zeph! Master Zeph, you must come quickly. It's your sister.
Uh-oh. Looks like something's bad. Oh, no. She got sick too, huh?
These look like bite marks.
Bite marks from something very suspicious.
Alphen, could you take a look as well?
You got it, buddy.
Hmm.
She's fallen into a deep trance. This is worse than we thought.
Indeed. Nina's the only family I have. If I lost her,
Wish she could tell us what happened.
It's safe to assume she was bitten by something poisonous. But what? Without knowing the nature of the poison.
Yeah, the wrong medicine could make things worse, and quick.
Damn it all! Foul beast did this to my Nina!
Let me ask around. Maybe someone saw something.
Could be a snake. Could be a spider. Anyway, for his path action, we can acquire and learn all sorts of information from people. Wonder what his path action. Oh, I guess it's to gather more information. Okay. So basically, he's more the type to, you know, ask around for details. So let me go ahead and inquire. According to my research, the snakes inhabiting the cave of Rio, be they large or small, can be lopped in two with a few solid swings of an axe. The nasty froggins that roam the roads will not go down so easily, but so long as one has the means to freeze the damnable things, one should muddle through somehow. Okay, nice chatting with you. So, either a snake or a frog or something else that could be poisonous. Go ahead and inquire with you. This old woman was carried to Clearbrook by the whim of fate, much like the waters of the river she watches over. Perhaps she hopes that, in time, it will cleanse her of a lifetime of sin, of banditry, of murder, of worse. Or perhaps she seeks only to live out her days in quiet damnation. And information gleaned, a hidden item. Nice chat, Whitney. Oh, a hidden item, huh? Interesting. But what's this? Oh, we got the essence of plum. Okay, so we got ourselves something that we could actually use to restore our skill points, or whatever. Yeah, I think it's skill points, if I had to wager a guess. Is it skill points? Yeah, it's SP. Anybody else know something? You know something about the snakes? Oh, I can't even inquire you for information, so what good are you? Okay, inquire with you. The strongest woman in the village. This townsperson. A fact in which she takes tremendous pride. Word of her physical prowess has spread far and wide, inviting invitations of marriage from equally formidable men. However, the only invitations she cares to entertain are from challengers seeking to test their might against hers. Information gleaned, discount at the inn. Nice chatting with you. Oh, so we can actually get a discount when we're, Okay, lodgings in town are now cheaper. Oh, interesting. So, I guess inquiring information from a lot of people does have its benefits somehow. So that's pretty cool. I like that. For those of you joining my stream for the first time, be sure to hit that follow button so that way you are notified of when I go live, and more support from you guys will mean that more of these streams are going to be coming from me that you're not going to find anywhere else. So that definitely helps out a whole lot. I mean, when you hit that follow button, that means you're supporting me, aside from just the other people that you support. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and inquire this person about the snakes. But anyway, Her name's Lily, and she is a friend of Nina. It says, friends with Nina since childhood. The two have grown up like sisters. The rather more strong-willed Nina often takes the lead on their secret adventures into the dangerous wilds outside the village. Information gleaned, Nina's secret. Nice chatting with you. Okay, so I guess we do learn a little bit more.
Come on now.
Come on now, Lily. The bite marks on Nina's legs. You sure you don't know where they came from? I want to help your friend, but I'm an apothecary, not a miracle worker. If I don't know what bit her, there ain't nothing I can do. You want to help her too, right? So just tell me. Please. Nina wanted to pick water blooms for her brother. I wasn't so sure about it, but I went with her to that cave. And then this giant snake came out of the bushes and... Oh, yeah, it was a snake. I should have known. Damn it. What kind of snake? Was it black? No.
I can't believe it.
Don't tell me, was it amber with blotches on its back? Yes, how did you know?
Holy.
The flame take me. A blotted viper.
I'm sorry.
I know we weren't supposed to go there. But Nina wanted it to be a surprise, so she told me to keep it a secret, and...
I see.
Thanks, Lily. You told me all I needed. You were a brave girl to bring Nina back here. Don't worry anymore about the scary snake here. Oh, so, yeah. It is a snake.
Nina.
Good gods, a blotted viper? A nasty critter if there ever was one. This ain't good. Time is of the essence. Oh, yeah. And, hey there, Jeff. How's it going with Octopath Traveler? Well, it's still going pretty good. I would say we're already, like, 4 hours into the game, but, of course, this is my third playthrough, so hopefully we'll hit 6 hours tonight. Good to see that you're on your phone, Fighter Cow, so, yeah, definitely, by all means, guys, make sure that you are, you know, even if you're not watching, just be sure you keep the tab up, so that way your views still count on your computer or on your phone or whatever you're watching from. Anyway, time is of the essence. The poison is spreading through her veins as we speak. I must prepare an antidote with all haste. But I need to get my hands on the original venom. There's supposed to be a nest of vipers in the cave of Rio, yes? Yeah, along with plenty of other nasties. Reckless ain't the half of it. I know. But what choice do I have? I'll leave at once. Look after Nina for me. Hold on, Zeph. Hmm? You look after her. I'll go. Alphen, are you mad? I'm responsible for Nina. I won't let you risk your life like this. Don't worry about me. No, go back to your sister's side.
Just a minute.
I swear, have you taken leave of your... Zeph, where are you? Nina. I'm here, Nina. Will you hold my hand? See, Zeph? She needs you. Thanks, Alf. Come back safe, you hear? And so I have a date with this Viper, you see? We just met, and still you wanna come and help me out? Shucks, friend. I owe you one. They're good folks in the village, down to the last. And Zeph's always stuck by my side, so damned if I won't stick by his. So let's go. We're heading to the Cave of Rio, just east of the village. We better hurry for Nina's sake. Alright, so we got Alphen to join our party, so we got ourselves an apothecary joining us. So yeah, we're gonna want to go to the cave that's east of Rio. So we got Oberic, we got Primrose, and we got Alphen. And let's see if we can actually get some really good weaponry for Alphen here. And it says that he can use, looks like he can use some axes. So go ahead and get this one for him. So that way he'll have something strong equipped. And looks like we're going to be able to get him a round shield. Getting some perfectly good defenses. But we still don't have enough to actually... Well, let's see. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough to actually... Yeah, we don't even have enough to actually buy some more equipment, so we'll just have to go with what we have. And we got a date with Destiny, or rather a date with a Viper Snake, if anything. So yeah, let's keep going. So yeah, hope you all are having a very good day today. I know I am. I just got, okay, so let me go ahead and do the challenge with this scholar again, so that way I'll show you the battle that I was doing right before I got this live stream started for realsies. So, and it really sucks that I didn't even get to show this the first time, but hey, I mean, it's not really of any importance, but, you know, just, I was able to actually get this done beforehand, but hey, it's giving me a chance to show you again, so, hey, we're all cool. Alright, got him. And yeah, I think I talked about this before, but voicing Ulbrich in this game is Patrick Sates, who voices Ragnar the Blood Edge in the Blaze Blue franchise. Okay, so yeah, we want to go this way, and looks like since we have a lot of people in our party, this is going to give us a good opportunity to get into plentiful of grinding in this area. And I use that word, and that's quite a word I use, plentiful. I remember that yesterday I talked to you guys about how I watched Super Metal Dave's video about how I expressed my discontent about the PlayStation fan base just giving hell to the Nintendo Switch owners for picking up Octopath Traveler on the Nintendo Switch. And they were hoping that a game like this would actually appear on the PlayStation 4. And I was expressing my discontent with how people have just been, you know, extremely fickle with just not respecting the competition. It's just like, you know, are they really going to be this thick-headed when they just end up doing crap like that? So I expressed my discontent about that. And I had a lot of people who, you know, were very supportive of my answer, but of course there were those who ended up being a total douche nozzle. One person in particular who I'm not going to make mention of, but I'm just going to say that what he did was very disgusting, and he blatantly thought that I was being a Nintendo fanboy and criticized me for, you know, playing a game that's on a Nintendo console because he declares them Cinderella-type games, and he thought I had Peter Pan syndrome, which doesn't even make any sense. Because, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you're, you know, old or if you're young. Anybody can enjoy any console of, you know, of any type. So I really don't get where they're getting this idea of them just acting like just like a blind 3-year-old, just out of negligence, then they end up doing some crap like that. And, of course, not everybody was like that, because it was just only that one person who ended up being a complete douchebag of all things. So, if anything, a lot of the people that responded, they were all on my side, and they were actually very appreciative of what I was, you know, what I was trying to express from my own heart. So you see. And I really do appreciate those people for doing that, because I knew that I wasn't, you know, I knew I wasn't in the wrong for expressing my discontent, and they knew that that one person was in the wrong because he was accusing me of being a Nintendo fanboy when he clearly did not even read my comment. And so, yeah, for all the people who supported me in Super Metal Dave's video when I made that comment, you definitely have my heartfelt thanks, and I do appreciate it quite a whole lot. So, you guys are awesome.
The battle is truly joy.
Here goes nothing.
Still, the frog's not down.
I'm ready.
Okay, we got that frog down, but that other frog's gonna get up and try to attack us. And of course, somebody's gonna get damaged. But we'll get him back in,
I'm ready.
we'll get him back in the staggering stance, so that way we can actually lay the smacketh down on their candy bottoms. I managed to get some more footage captured for Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age today, and right now I'm on the path toward Mount Bur Omises. Or I'm on the path before Mount Bur Omises, right before going into the tomb of the Dynast King that has the Sword of Kings that Princess Ash needs to get in order to fight back the Empire. And
I'm ready.
yeah, I haven't gone into the tomb quite just yet because I'm really busy with trying to grind fully at this point, with getting to a good level to where I can go inside the place to get the sword. And then, of course, you all know what happens for those who played Final Fantasy XII when we come back to Mount Bur Omises, you know, where the that head priest or whatever ends up biting the dust when the Arcadian Empire attacks the place. So, yeah. That's as far as I've gotten, but I do intend to continue more after I get off work tomorrow. But of course, I'm probably going to be going on another walk and jog, you know, just to get some more exercise in. And so I can get that stuff done, and that way I can stay healthy and be sure to continue to make sure that I'm not overindulging myself with, you know, whatever I choose to eat and that kind of stuff, because I want to make sure that I stay healthy so that way I don't get coronary heart disease when I get older. And it's not cool if anybody gets coronary heart disease when they get older, because they would be more prone to actually get a heart attack, or they would end up dying in the process, and that's not cool. So, by all means, if you guys are still young, make sure you are watching what you're eating and you do eat very healthy and you eat right and you do get your exercise, so that way you don't have to be on medicine when you get older. Because the more that you go out and you get a lot of exercise in, the more that you are taking care of yourself, and you're actually doing yourself a favor with being very healthy and just living your life to the fullest. Because I know that a lot of people claim that even though they want to try to get on a diet, but it's really hard to. Well, and you know what? You're right. It is very hard to diet, because when you're trying to make a life change, it really is hard to try to get in the flow of things. But it's just one of those things that you just, you know, you got to keep trying. And for me personally, I'm still trying myself, because I most certainly don't want to be on like triglyceride medicine or anything like that to keep it down. If I was, then I would be in a world of trouble, and I most certainly don't want that to be the case. Alright, perfect. This show is over. You know, from Primrose, she actually kind of sounds like she does have Laura Bailey's voice, but then again, we all know that Laura Bailey really loves to get into the more AAA type of experience where her voiceover, she's more union in this day and age, so that's why she left the role of Chun-Li to Ashley Birch, because she actually wants to be more well recognized for her role as a voiceover artist instead of, you know, being prone to actually have to do other things like, you know, being in motion capture, which that's something that for video game companies that people who, I mean, video game companies that do motion capture or have motion capture, the voiceover artist should not be allowed to do that. That should be allowed for like the in-house team to do the motion capture, because that kind of crap where the voiceover artists have to do motion capture along with their voices, I'm sorry, but that's not good practice. Because you're basically betraying their trust in you.
I am ready.
So as you would have guessed, I'm grinding Alphen to at least level 7, so that way he'll be at a strong enough level. Or should we get him to level 10? Because we're actually grinding pretty fast out here. Or at least level 9 before we actually take on that snake, that blotted viper. Of all things. But yeah, I've been playing some more Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age on the PC. That's the version that I selected to capture for episode 9 of my Final Fantasy retrospective, and I think I made the right choice too, because that's the only version of the game that can run in a stable 60 frames per second. So the motion outside of the menu, you can actually experience it in 60 frames a second, and that really makes it all worth it, if you ask me.
I am ready.
But yeah, it's hard to imagine that a game I didn't think I would be enjoying again after I got back into it, it all of a sudden is now, you know, a truly fascinating experience, and I do intend to continue playing through it, and hopefully I will actually get through a lot of the side quests before I go to the end of the game, which is in the Sky Fortress of Bahamut, or the Sky Fortress Bahamut, which is where the ending takes place for the game, but we'll see how that goes. But right now, like I said, I'm doing a grinding session, so that way I get my characters at a good level before I head into that area where the Dynast King's sword, you know, the Sword of the Kings is located. Because that's going to help me out quite a bunch, you know, with moving forward.
I am ready.
And yeah, like I said, Fighter Cows, this definitely is a really good throwback to the old JRPGs back on the 16-bit platforms, while also adding in elements that makes the game feel very, very, very modernized. So if you ever get, like I said, whenever you get the money from doing your Twitch streams and all that, I definitely recommend that you get a Nintendo Switch as well as this game. But of course, first things first, you will need to get a computer, so definitely put that as your first priority, man. Anyway, let's learn a skill. And I forgot that that Alphen can use First Aid, but he can also use the Ice Spell Icicle, too. Okay, let's take a look. Rehabilitate cures a single ally of all status ailments and render them immune of further ailments for 2 turns. Hey, that's not bad. Amputation and unleash an axe attack on a single foe. Empoison, poison a single foe for 2 turns. Vivify, or Vivify, revive a single incapacitated ally. Last stand, attack all foes with an axe, dealing damage inversely proportional to your current HP. Okay. You know what? Let's get the Rehabilitate in. Because, you know, in case somebody gets a status ailment on them, we need to clean them of their status ailments. And I do apologize for the barking in the background. Like I said, this is like a common thing that happens all night. It's the youngest dog who just ends up barking at the oldest dog for some odd reason, and he just doesn't know how to calm down. But then again, he's still in his growing spurts, so he's still very young and adolescent, and he really doesn't even know, you know, when to actually calm himself down. So that's very common for dogs his age, as they're still trying to learn how to mature, whereas the other has matured quite tremendously. So he's actually doing a lot better too. But for the young one, Copper, he's still quite the adolescent puppy. But he's still very adorable when you look at his face. I think the adorable face has more to do with the Great Pyrenees blood that's within him. So I think I talked about this before, but the oldest one of the younger dogs, he's a mixture of Treeing Walker Coonhound, Mastiff, Golden Retriever, Labrador Retriever, Cocker Spaniel, and Boxer. Whereas the other one, the smallest one, Copper, he is a mixture of Great Pyrenees, Mastiff, Rottweiler, and a mixture of Hound and Terrier.
I am ready.
So, yeah, so he's a mixture of either 4 or 5 different breeds, but he's like 25% of 25% each for those areas. You know, the mixed breed of both Hound and Terrier, and as well as 25% Mastiff, Rottweiler, and Great Pyrenees. But like I said, I'm really surprised that he's got Great Pyrenees in him. You didn't think that would be possible.
Here goes nothing. Bring it on.
I am ready.
Okay, I got you. And I got you. And I think I said this before, but I think you have 4 party members to a party. Whereas you can't have more than that, if memory serves me correctly. But yeah, this game still does look cool, and I really do like the environment still having that pop-up book type of feeling, where it just seems like that the visuals, it really stands out really, really well.
Bring it on.
And rightfully so, because it just having that pop-up book feeling, it's
Here we go.
so incredible. Okay, we got the bee down.
I am ready.
A bee? Now it's time to get the slug down. It is a giant slug. And it looks kind of nasty, too. And hey, nobody got hurt, so we actually got some more silver into our possession. I guess that's the type of currency that we're going to call for this game. Let's just call it silver. Because they really haven't even explained what the name of the currency is in this game. They might have, but I'm just going to call it silver. Unless if somebody knows what the currency of this game is, then by all means let me know. Because so that way I can... my knowledge of this game is more and more in line in my brain, and that way I can know what exactly is what.
I am ready.
How about you?
I am ready.
Victory shall be.
Alright, got him again.
I grow strong.
Or do I only have 3 members to a party? Or am I only allowed to have 3 members? I hope it's 4, if anything. And you know, one of the funniest comments I saw when I took a look at my Octopath Traveler Wayfarer's Edition unboxing is that a good friend of mine, I wouldn't say good friend, but you know, one of my most dedicated followers since the beginning, he had this funny comment to say about the game, and he said, if Final Fantasy 5 and 6 were to mate and have a baby, then this would be the product that would come about from it. And I definitely see where he's coming from, but I think there's more to it than just trying to compare this game to, or trying to follow more in line Final Fantasy 5 and 6 with this game, because sure, it does borrow elements from those games into this one, but I think there's more to it than just meets the eye, if you were to ask me. Because there's a lot that is going on with this game that makes it feel like a very fresh and very intuitive experience. So, yeah, I do agree where he's coming from, that it does follow in that same traditional format with where they're going with this game, but, you know, from the past. But there's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't see, you know, from back then that would actually, I mean, that there's a lot of stuff that you see today that you never thought would actually make an appearance for gaming as of back then. So that's why this game, it like I said, it's so incredible. It's just, hey, wait a minute. Interesting. So that was a River Froggen 2. So the River Froggen 2 is actually weak against the sword, but it wasn't enough to get him in a weakened stasis. Double cut. Ah, so you actually get damage done onto you.
Here we go. Let's get down to work.
Alright, got him.
That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, I mean, if you like JRPGs, like I do, I mean, for those of you who've seen my Final Fantasy retrospective, you know me as a JRPG fan. I can appreciate Japanese role-playing games of all types. And this is one that I definitely can appreciate. I can appreciate others like Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. I can appreciate Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana, Xenogears, Threads of Fate, Brave Fencer Musashi, Parasite Eve. Just anything that has really solid gameplay that's gonna leave about a really great experience. As long as like games like you know, like those that I mentioned have a good amount of polish to them and they are treated with a lot of respect, then they are by all means are bound to be really great games that are going to be very timeless. If anything, I would say like Square's RPGs in the past, they kind of were in the same boat, say, as like with a company like Rare, who knows how to make very memorable experiences back in the day, and they don't really try to capitalize on the success of say like a franchise and then all of a sudden make a sequel out of obligation, even though they have made sequels, but they made sure that they act very important and they're just not made out of obligation like I was telling you about. So yeah. Night Ode. Oh, hey! They're weak against darkness. Hey, I wasn't even aware of that. So yeah, as long as you treat a game with all the respect in the world, like they should be treated with, then by all means you're gonna have a really good experience that's going to come about for you, and rightfully so. I mean, that's why a game like The Witcher 3, it was treated as a really great game because it had a high level of polish that you couldn't even find in a modern AAA type of experience or in a modern Western RPG. I mean, as long as you have a lot of respect and you're putting in a lot of work and a lot of pride into your own work, then you're definitely gonna leave a lot of people happy with the product that you're conceiving for them. I mean, sure, the original Witcher may not... it may have been a great experience, but it may not have been the most stellar thing in the world, and the sequel improved it a little bit, but it's when the third game that it really started to show its true magic. And it's rightfully deserves the awards that it managed to get, so... you know, it's just really sad when there's a lot of companies who don't even take the time and effort to, you know, put in the amount of resources they aren't given the amount of time that they rightfully deserve to actually, you know, work on their games that they want to put in so much time and effort to actually make them memorable to the public, or make the public feel like that they're really great experiences and all that. So, by all means, video game companies, they really need to take more, or at least publishers actually, they really need to take more influence to letting the development teams actually get more done for the games that they're working on, because if they continue to rush their products out the door, then, you know, the significant backlash that those said games are going to, you know, that people are going to unleash on those games. I mean, if anything, if you take a look at a game like Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2, many people despise the hell out of those games because, well, everybody pretty much spoken with how extremely discontent they were when stuff like loot boxes, loot boxes were used primarily in that game for gambling purposes, and there wasn't even a lot of content that was put out, and they pretty much treated the game as a cookie-cutter type of experience, and that was not very cool for EA to do that kind of thing. I mean, I really don't know how it is that publishers think that they can get away with it, get away with actually putting out half-assed products, and they think that they can actually get their money back. I mean, from a popular franchise, I can see where they snidely may try to get away with it, but you know, people are not stupid. They're going to catch on. They're going to catch on more of this when they realize this later on down the road.
I'm ready. Knighthood, bring your shade.
The battle is truly joy.
I'm ready.
Here goes nothing. Ha! Try it.
Try again. I do like Alphen's voice. He definitely does have that go get him and very kind-hearted and just down-to-earth personality. I mean, if anything, I think he's one of the only people within the main crew or the main protagonist that has that kind of attitude. Whereas where it seems like most of the others, now I could be mistaken by this, but I think most of the others, from what I have experienced at least, have experienced this sort of unique status quo that makes them, you know, have this really big motive that they need to try and get through in order to actually do what they need to get done. I mean, for Primrose's case, trying to get revenge on the people who murdered her father. And for Ulbricht's case, it's him trying to avenge his king from a person who was on equal footing as him. So, someone who went rogue, basically. But for Alphen's case, he just doesn't seem like he... From what I've experienced so far, he doesn't seem like he... Now, I could be mistaken. He might have some motive where he would want to go on an adventure to try and actually do something that's actually very noble. But we really haven't seen that much out of him yet. And there's still a lot in this game that we still don't even know. But I just hope that the numerous playthroughs that I do for you of this game, hopefully they will bring about a satisfying conclusion, which I'm pretty sure it's going to. I mean, how many... I mean, there are JRPGs out there where, you know, they're not always going to bring about a happy ending. If anything, just take a look at the Shin Megami games, for instance, with how dark and brooding they are, and the different multiple endings that you can deduce based on the alignment of either heaven or hell. I mean, they're not really considered happy endings in that regard. So, yeah. Inspiration. Let's go ahead and take a look at his support skill. Inspiration. With each successful standard attack, gain SP equal to 1% of the damage you deal. Okay. Now that's awesome. So it's basically like trying to restore SP that he has on him. So, but yeah, it's just, as I was saying, games like Shin Megami Tensei, or franchises like Shin Megami Tensei, they don't have happy endings because of the type of direction that they go in terms of the stories that they tell. You know, it's maybe one of those days where I'm going to have to muster up the courage and actually try out Shin Megami Tensei. Well, no, not Shin Megami Tensei, but at least one of the Persona games. If anything, I heard a lot of people say that Persona 5 is probably the easiest to get into, whereas probably the first or second game is probably the most hardest of all to get into. Or the third one, at least.
I'm ready.
Here goes nothing. Ha! Try again.
Ha! Try again. And you got up to level 8, Alphen. Very good, man. We might get you to level 9 while we're at it. Besides, we're getting close. Get you to level 9, and then we'll go take care of that big, huge snake. Snake! Are you in there? I thought you were supposed to be going after Metal Gear. David Hayter, is that you? Who's in there? Are you gonna make him talk? Are you gonna make that blotted viper actually talk to you? Or if anything, the main antagonist from Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Babel, or Ghost Babel on the Game Boy Color. If anything, he's probably going to be the one who'd voice him, which, ironically, he doesn't really even have a voice for the character. Got him. Try again. We might as well get Primrose up to level 11 while we're at it, too. But Ulbrich is still doing pretty well with his grinding. And he's still at a pretty strong stance, too. And, you know, a lot of people... I think one person asked me, why did I choose the Swordsman character when I started playing this game, when I exported my live stream of this game to YouTube, of the first playthrough. It was either the... Well, I mean, not playthrough, but the first episode. It was either the first episode or it's the second episode. They asked me, why did you choose the Swordsman character? That's no fun. And, you know, I mean, if I wanted to, I could have tried to pick another character, but when it comes to JRPGs, I think that's more of a default option that usually most people are going to start off with whenever they pick a character that they want to start the adventure. So I can understand where a lot of people were maybe have experienced some discontent for the decision that I chose, but, you know, I'm not really gonna blame them, but it's just, it was my decision, so... And besides, swordsman characters, they usually do have a leadership quality, so that's why I kind of see Ulbrich as like the first default man of the entire game, even though all the characters are equally developed, but, yeah. So by all means, when you play a game like this, I mean, you're more than welcome to play whoever you want. I mean, if you want to play as like the apothecary first, you know, Alphen, then that's fine. Or if you want to play Ophelia, the sorceress or whatever she is, then yeah, by all means, play as her if you want to. It doesn't really matter who you play with or who you play as, or who you start off with at first. Alright, she got to level 11, and now Ulbrich is at 507 job points, so that way we can actually get him a new ability to be equipped. Or a new skill that he can learn. Which skill should he learn? Insight, become more readily targeted by foes for 3 turns. I think that's something that I want to save for last. Unleash a single attack on a single... unleash a sword attack on a single foe. 1,000 spears. Attack random foes with a polearm 5 to 10 times. We really don't even have something like this to where we can just attack random foes. And hey, we got ourselves another support skill, so let's go ahead and equip that. Summon Strength. Increases the physical attack strength of the equipping character by 50. Oh, this could actually be very good for us. We do need a lot more strength. So, yeah, this could actually be a very good turnaround for us if we're playing a character like Ulbrich. So, yeah. When you learn those skills to learn those main skills to get support skills, that's a very good benefit. Trust me. By all means, take advantage of it. And I think the stronger your strength is, the more you can actually get an enemy to become weak and vulnerable to your attacks. But then again, I could be mistaken. Okay, we got him to break. Now, let's unleash hell on all of them. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at those attacks. Those attacks, they were... Oh my gosh. So good. I hope whoever's not watching, they get back on, because I really hope that I don't get stuck with below 3 average views, because I was lucky enough to get above 3 average views yesterday. Or no, back on Monday when I did that live stream. But, you know, I'm at the point where, you know, I'm trying my hardest to actually get up to Twitch affiliate. But it just seems like... it has really been an ongoing struggle for me, and for my good friend 16-Bit Jeff as well. Because, you know, we've been trying our damnedest to get to that status, much as our friend Fighter Cows has. And, again, we do applaud him for it. But it's like, where's our cheddar? Where's our cheddar? We need it. I mean, we work so hard for you. We do a mighty fine job, but it's really sad that we don't get a lot of people actually viewing our live streams a lot as we hope for. But then again, there also comes a point where we need to be really consistent with the content that we do, because if we continue being consistent, then that will experience more growth for us. So, and Kaus also brought that along too, and you know, that definitely makes a good point. I think the only way for me to actually do well in that regard is stream almost every single day of the week, but it's more along the lines of, you know, doing it during the evening times and doing like a couple hours each session.
I'm ready.
So Jeff, if you're watching, by all means, continue staying strong with where you're at, and don't give up hope. Just keep trying. I'm with you, buddy. I'm trying hard.
I'm ready.
Got him.
The show is
This show is over. Okay, one more battle, and then we should get Alphen to level 9, and then we can finally go inside the cave. Take care of the snake. The snake who's in there. Is it Solid Snake? From Metal Gear? Probably not. I mean, this is a Square Enix property, and Snake's official property of Konami. Which Konami is still pretty crap these days.
I'm ready.
Since I have 3 people in my party, this does make it a lot easier with trying to get everybody untouched from enemies, so that way they can actually, we can actually get more silver, and we can actually, you know, get more experience when we do, you know, breaking a foe's defenses and that kind of stuff. So this does help us out quite immensely. And we finally got our apothecary to level 9, so let's go ahead and save our progress here, and then we will actually go take care of that snake that's within the place. In the Cave of Rio. Or Rio, you know, like a rhinoceros. And there goes that, thing again with the lantern, so yeah, there's that attention to detail that I really like when we're inside caves like this, so I do applaud Acquire, the video game company Acquire, for actually taking the time and opportunity to do that little thing with the lantern for whoever the leader of the party is that actually does that. So yeah, that's, like I said, is pretty awesome. Or I say pretty awesome. You know, one of the things I learned when I was in school is that don't even do this when you're talking to somebody from a different country, because when you do this, they'll think that you consider them as a quote unquote asshole, or or you know, doing this symbolizes asshole. So if anything, just give them a thumbs up.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Have our apothecary deliver the coup de grace on this bat. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Alphen. I wonder where everybody is today. I announced today that I was going to be live streaming, but I figured I would get a lot of people interested, but unfortunately, it just doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know where they could be. But another thing, too, that I also wanted to mention that I find to be very, very, very disgusting, what I learned, is how YouTube, all of a sudden, is playing police on people who were, who upload, or no, not upload, but rather they post their... Cool off, sucker! Let's go ahead and use the 1,000 Spears trick. Hey, that was awesome. That was an awesome trick. But, yeah, it seems like YouTube is going after a lot of people on who are big on the website that stream on Twitch, or they announce that they're streaming on Twitch, because they want them to actually do their own thing on their site. And honestly, I find that to be very disgusting, because it's like, whatever happened to a little cross-promotion? I mean, that really shouldn't even hurt anything, because a lot of people are already stuck on your website to begin with. I mean, you really shouldn't ignore the other guys who are trying their best to actually bring about a bit of cross-promotion with exporting their their streams onto your website. So, if anything, I think what YouTube's doing is just, it's disgusting. And speaking of which, somebody that, well, I didn't personally know, but I saw his content for quite a while. Koban Armani 456, he retired from YouTube. I didn't figure out why he retired from YouTube until just recently. And mainly it's dealing with family issues, as well as people just all of a sudden taking advantage of him for being a YouTube partner and trying to do great cause and all that. So, yeah, that's why that's why he hasn't really hasn't been putting out any more content on YouTube anymore, because of the crap that's been going on in his life, as well amongst other things too. So, Kobe, you probably may not be watching this, but I'll say I had a lot of fun watching your content when I did. So I definitely wish you the best of luck in all endeavors outside of YouTube with whatever you decide to choose. So, and I mean, it's really disheartening that you had to call it quits, but hey, if you found something that was much better than where YouTube is currently getting at for you, then by all means, I respect your decision, man.
Let's see what you got.
I'm ready.
Okay, so maybe we could try to get through the rest of Alphen's first chapter, and then we will actually go... I mean, then we'll see if we can try to get to the next town, and then, if anything, we'll see how far along we get in the next town, and then we'll call it quits for the night.
I'm ready.
Bring it on.
Try again. If anything, we might be able to get Alphen to level 10 really soon. You know what? I think I might try that. I think I might get him to level 10 while we're at it. Oh, a bronze vest. Wonder who would be best suited for that. If anything, probably Alphen. Oh, I didn't even know I had an extra bronze vest. Interesting. Okay. We don't have any other hats for him, so... Okay. We'll just stick with what we have. But yeah, he'll need some more defenses before we take on the boss. And yeah, that's going to be in that direction where we're going to have to fight off against the big, huge snake. But let's get him to level 10 first before we approach. Ooh! We're going to fight some snakes right here. What are these? Red vipers. Ooh. They look menacing. Not really, but I'm just saying that just to add some intensity.
All right.
Okay, so he's weak against so they're weak against swords and axes.
I'm ready.
Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna be the more logical thing to do, is have Ulbrich attack the one with the most HP, so that way he can completely deplete that one's 8 hit points, and then we'll have Alphen do the coup de grace on the last one. So, good. Okay, one more battle, and then it's boss fight time. Again, I do apologize for the sound in the background, or the noises in the background. That's really something I cannot even control. More bats again.
I am ready.
Too bad I'm not going to be able to get one to not act. Because, well, he just already did. You know, that's one of the things that I kind of find to be very interesting about this game, is that the way they determine when you attack, I guess it has something to do with the speed of the characters and the enemies that are in the field of battle. I'm not sure how entirely that works, but I will say from, you know, what you do in the game to get them to not even act in their own turns, it actually does add more to the intensity of the fights. So, yeah. Okay, so we got him to level 10, so I think we're ready to go take on the boss. So let's go ahead and save here, and let's get in a good boss fight. There we go. I had to take me a sleep aid because after I get done with the stream tonight, I do have to go to bed. Okay, so ready to take on this snake that's in here.
Well now.
Looky here, a patch of water blooms. This must be the place. Not just a pretty sight. Makes a good bitters. Makes a good biters too. No wonder it's Zeph's favorite. What an angel, coming all the way here to pick up flowers for her brother. Only to be bitten by something very dangerous. Snake, is that you? And if you ain't just the fellow I was looking for. Sorry to drop in unannounced. Say, don't suppose you could spare a nip of snake bite, could you? Yeah, that snake does not take kindly to people within the domain of water blooms. It uses that place as a trap. Oh no. Don't get up. I'll help myself. Well, shucks, if you insist. But let me give you a hand. Alright, so, yeah. This snake is going to be our enemy in this fight. Okay, so the small ones are weak against swords. What about knives? Yes, knives too. And axes? No, it's not weak against axes. Oh, balls. I should have known. Do we have anything that will actually get rid of the, Oh, crap, we don't even have any. I think we'll just have to leave it to the apothecary to actually do the healing. Because he doesn't... Because that snake just... Okay, apothecary seals. We can't even... Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to concoct, so we're gonna have to rehabilitate some of our characters here. Starting with you. Oh, I wanted to get an item. My god. Man, this boss is hard. Didn't think you would come out with guns a-blazing and trying to actually stop us. Oh. Apothecary skills. Rehabilitate. Rehabilitate you, Primrose. Boy, that snake is an asshole. Venomous Bite. Healing Grape. Stay strong. For our sakes. Ouch. Warrior skills. Let's do a level slash on the lot of them. Still, that wasn't enough to take that one down? Oh, wow. Okay, now let's go ahead and get you rehabilitated yourself. And hopefully I have enough to restore my skill points, or spirit points, rather. Whichever it is. Dancer skills. Fight the asps. Modeled asps. Warrior skills. If anything, I'd move your asp right now. Okay. So, Healing Grape, I'm gonna have you do the Healing Grape on yourself, so that way you can heal yourself. But yeah, I didn't even know that this game would actually get really hard really fast. I figured, you know, with where we are right now, that that we would actually try to actually get a good number on these enemies. But unfortunately, that was not even the case. Oh, thank you. Oh, I forgot that he can also do the first aid skills too, but let's get some attacks done. Oh, cool. He is weak against axe. Oh, not again! Not cool, man. Not cool. Okay, got you. Now we can just take care of this big, huge, bloated snake. But go ahead and heal our party members while we're at it. Ouch. Stay with us, guys. Can't believe you would actually use that again. You... Oh, shoot. Not good. The poison lasts for oh so long. Okay, apothecary skills, rehabilitate. Rehabilitate you. Constrict. The Viper is waiting to strike. Oh, good. I need you to actually rehabilitate the other. And then we will have, Primrose actually give you another, not a healing grape, but inspiriting plum.
Stay strong.
Oh, cool. That actually is not too bad after all.
I am ready.
Oh god. Looks like it's waiting to attack us for a few more times.
Knighthood, bring your shade.
Here goes nothing. Oh, right.
How about you? I play his unback.
That wasn't enough. Constrict you. Oh man, you got her unconscious? Big butt. Jesus! Man,
Truly joy.
what a jerk.
Here we go.
Okay, so apothecary skills, first aid, heal you. Okay. Jesus. This guy, I mean, this snake means business, if anything.
Stay strong.
How about you?
Oh, come on!
All right.
You know what?
Let's get down to work.
Ugh, driving me nuts.
Bring it on.
Apothecary skills, first aid. Give her some first aid.
How
about you?
Poison! Oh my god! And we're already, like, past halfway of your health. Oh, and you're weak against knife. Well, who would have thought? Man.
Shucks.
Apothecary skills, rehabilitate you. Rehabilitate you.
I got just what you need.
Probably not. I want to use that by the time we get you in a pretty weak and vulnerable state.
No good. Stay strong.
Well, I'm trying to stay strong, but, how can I when you're, losing hit points when, you get poisoned so easily by this damn thing? And not to worry, guys, we'll actually be able to defeat this guy. By all means.
Bring it on.
Rehabilitate. Get you. Rehabilitate you, so that way everybody's in good standing.
The battle is true.
Hey, you try to oh, God, we better get the snake to actually, get it vulnerable, so that way we can take it on. Good, 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 good. Put the smack down on his candy bottom. Oh, it's still not enough!
I am ready.
But we are getting close.
How about this?
How about you?
Got it! Yes! Perfect.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty tough boss fight. Probably the toughest I ever faced so far in this game. Bottle of poison dust, okay. Sorry, my hand slipped. What's that? Take all the venom I need? Don't mind if I do. Hold tight, Nina. I'm on my way. Don't tell me she met a grim fate. Zeph, it hurts.
Nina.
It'll be alright, Nina. Alf will be back any moment now. He's never let us down.
Yes.
I know. When Father died and left the two of us alone, I didn't know what to do. The truth is, I didn't think I'd be able to raise you and protect you on my own. But Alf was always there to lend a helping hand. When he told me he wanted to study together and become an apothecary himself, he gave me the strength to carry on. He's always so humble, apologizing for being a burden on me. But the truth is, I'm the one who's been relying on him all this time. Only I could be more like him.
Alphen.
Did you miss me? Sorry it took so long. Oh, Alphen, thank the gods you're safe. The venom. You really did it! I trust you can take it from here, eh? I'll get started at once. Hang in there, friend.
Now then.
Man, I'm beat. I think I'll head home and catch a few winks. Which one's your home? Is that one your home? Yes, it is. Well, it conveniently points you where his home is in the middle of the screen. So I guess he's going to invite us all to his house so that way we can rest at his home. Take a short rest? Yeah, we might as well. Besides, we need to make sure that Nina's okay. Later that night. Wonder how Zeph is doing. I shouldn't worry. He'll be fine like always. You know, Zeph? I've given it all to be the best apothecary I can be. To be more like you-know-who. But sometimes, I feel like I'm still so far away.
Yeah, that's right.
All it'd take is a stiff breeze to blow this backwater village right off the map. And yet, this is where I was born and raised. Where I learned my craft. It's got grouchy Gerdas, who I ain't never seen smiling. Meryl's got her act together, but she still needs a shoulder to cry on now and then. Gotta keep an eye on old Alex Koff, too. And you, Zeph, I've been giving you a hard time since the gods know when. You invited me to study together with you under your father. Took care of the books after we went into business together. Right. What was I thinking? I better stick around here after all. But not here. I better go see how Zeph is holding up. Alf!
The flame take me. It worked. Nina's feeling better by the hour.
I knew it. With you on the job, was there ever any doubt?
Thank you, Alphen, for everything. You saved my sister's life. How can I ever repay you?
Don't even mention it. I helped out someone in a bind. Simple as that.
Those words. I remember when we were still small and the great pestilence came. Father could cure every disease known to man, but for the first time, he was at a loss. Then one day, a traveler came to town bearing an elixir the likes of which we'd never seen.
This'll do it.
Thanks, mister. But why'd you save me? We ain't got no money, you know.
Listen, son, and listen well. I saw someone in a bind, and I helped him out. Simple as that.
Those are very strong words for him to remember by. Oh, show. Sucks. Hope I can do that too someday. Oh, well, yeah, there's still dialogue going. Whoops.
Ever since that day, you've worked your damnedest to become just like your hero. To help people out, just like he did.
Oh, is that how it went?
Alphen, we've been together forever now. So I can tell. You want to leave this place, don't you? You want to travel the world and help as many people as you can. Just like him.
You knew.
I'm not daft, you know.
But still, this is my home.
Maybe you're home, but,
I know you're a skilled apothecary, Seth. At least as good as... no, probably even a little better than me. But I can't leave you to look after the whole village on your own. Besides, who else would cut your ego down to size? Who'll listen to Gertus's grumblings and Meryl's tales of unrequited love?
I will. I'll do it all.
ooh.
Don't you worry about anything. I'll see that the villagers are happy and healthy. I swear it on my life. So go out and see the realm, Alf. Do it with your heart at ease and your head held high.
Strong words to a good friend.
Shucks. Guess what, Ma? I'm going on a journey. Time to see just how far my talents will go. I'm gonna save folks the world over, just like the man who saved me. Keep an eye on me, would ya?
Alf! Thank the gods you're still here.
Come on, Zeph. I didn't ask for a going-away party.
Just a little present for the road. It's nothing special, but... I want you to take my satchel. That way, no matter how far you travel, I'll be right there with you.
Wow. You weren't kidding when you said it's nothing special.
It was the only thing that came to me.
Thanks, Zeph. I'll take good care of it. Here, why don't you hold on to mine, too?
Now there's a plan. I'll put it to good use, Alf.
Alrighty then. See you around.
Be safe out there, friend.
And so Alphen set forth on his journey, to travel far and wide, and ease the pain of the sick and suffering, just as one man once did for him. Little did he know what awaited him in his travels. Alright, so that should complete Alphen's first chapter in his story. And now the village is open for us to do whatever we want. And of course we got some side quests that we can actually get on with. Like from this lady here. Nice day, isn't it? My name is Meryl. Say, would you mind lending me an ear? Something's happened that I can't tell anyone else about. You see, I found a bottle floating in the river. Odd thing is, there was a letter inside. Want to know what it said? To my Meryl, I loved you dearly, but I had no choice but to put you in the care of another. I hope you have found happiness wherever life has taken you. From far away, your mother. But I have parents, right here in Clearbrook. I want to ask them about this, but I'm scared of what they'll tell me. Okay, so I think it's one of those things where we're going to have to confer with her family, and we'll have to see if Alphen can actually get some inside information.
Hello.
Okay, so let's go ahead and inquire. A loving mother who cares for her daughter more than anything in the world. She is always there to encourage me whenever she loses heart. Nice chatting with you. And an item. A new treasure is available somewhere. Oh! Right there, I see it. An Adelwort. Interesting. Physical boost. I've been in now. Would you care to spend a little more time with me? Your dancing is quite lovely, dear. Pray come hither. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring her over to her daughter. Maybe she can actually talk to her. Resident of Clearbrook, who enjoys everything about her home, from the quiet river and warm sunshine to its kind-hearted people. Nice chatting with you. Somewhere. Can we actually fight her? Oh, I thought we could do so. Oh, let's give it a good challenge. Oh, she's already weak. I can tell. I wanted to ask her information, but,
Hello.
yeah, I saw her around, but, you know, she could muster up the courage to actually come and talk to you. And we can't even lure her, either! Oh god, you really need to have the courage, lady. Man. Inquire. Zeph. A young apothecary of Clearbrook, Zeph lost his parents to the Great Pestilence at an early age, and thereafter had to care for his sister, Nina, by himself. As she is his sole surviving family, he feels this responsibility keenly, and has resolved to place her welfare above his own. Okay, and there's another hidden one somewhere in the village. So yeah, if you see any items that are around... Okay, olive bloom right there. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk to some other people before we part ways. And then I think the next place we're going to arrive at on the world map is going to be over in Therion. In Therion, that's where we're going to find the next one. And that... No, Borderfall. Therion is the name of the character. Oh, my bad. So Borderfall is the next place we're going to go to. And we're going to have to get back on the road, and then we're going to have to go north at that cross path. So we don't get anything from this lonely grandchild, but I guess the more you inquire with people, the more you're bound to find some interesting things to get some interesting tidbits that you can actually get access to, like hidden items and that kind of stuff. Gerta is a spirited and sociable young resident of Clearbrook, despite his perennial frown and endless string of complaints about his fellow villagers. It's no secret that, in truth, he cares quite deeply about one and all. Another hidden item somewhere in the village. Resistant nut. And then we got the sleepweed. Acquire from you. Meryl's father. Oh, information about Meryl's past. So he's the person that we need to talk to. Okay. I guess we could have talked to him more about it. No father has ever been more proud of his daughter than I am of Meryl. I love her dearly, but she does not know the whole story. Probably so, but at least we can tell her the story now. That way she can muster up the courage a bit better. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, go ahead and share her what we know. What's this you say? I'm not... You're saying I was not born here? But that can't be true. It can't be true. I fear it is, my love. Father, Mother. Forgive us, my dear. We should have told you long ago. It was 19 years ago, a woman came to our doorstep carrying a small babe. With tears in her eyes, she told us that the girl's name was Meryl, and begged us to look after the child until she could return. We had no children of our own, though we longed for them. You were a gift from the heavens. But we waited for your mother to come back and claim you. But the weeks turned to months, and months to years. In time, we came to think of you as our own daughter. We may not be your flesh and blood, but we love you more than anyone in this world. And I love you too, Mother, Father. But I must find the person who wrote this message. Forgive me. But she might have the answers. Answers that I've been searching for, long been searching for. Do what you must, my love. We shall pray that the flame guide your path. Thank you, Father. Whoever put the bottle in the water must be somewhere along the river. I'll set out as soon as I've packed my things. I will find the person who wrote that letter. I'll find the answers I seek. Forgive us, Meryl. Alright. So we actually got ourselves 1,500 silver and a resistance nut. I think I do have another resistance nut. Does that Oh my god. Oh, invigorating nut. Oh, increase maximum SP and elemental defense. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it says my dog's barking. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and, okay, but yeah, I'm gonna have to, get off here pretty soon because I need to get my dog to calm down. I think he's not going to sleep because of me. And really sad that he's acting like that, too, so... Anyway, let's go ahead and save while we're over here. Guys, we managed to get a lot done for tonight, so... And, that was quite a handful with what we got. And, yeah, I know that you're using your iPad, Jerry, so that way you can actually just watch it instead of having to use a computer, so... By all means, you do what you gotta do, man. But, anyway... so, yeah, next time, we're gonna be leaving Clearbrook, and we're gonna be going to the next location, which is called Boulder Fall. And we're gonna get Therian in our party, but we're gonna learn more about his own past before we actually continue on from there. So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this live stream. Be sure to hit that follow button right above the video player, so that way you're notified of when I go live. And also be sure to follow me on youtube.com/RRPGReviews for more content that I do on there, such as reviews, retrospectives, where I archive my live streams from here on to from Twitch onto YouTube, as well as the 2 cents videos that are now called side quests. In order to get there in a more easy way, my logo, which is much more enlarged, is below this video player with where you're viewing the stream. So click on that and that'll take you to my YouTube page. And also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. My Facebook fan page is facebook.com/RRPGReviews. And you can also find me on Twitter, where my Twitter handle is @RRPGReviews. And whichever social media site that you are using, you can guarantee that I will be posting on any of those, or posting on both those social media sites at the same time. Anyway, guys, you all have a good night, and I really do hope that you enjoyed this live stream. So I'll see you tomorrow night at same time, same channel. And we're going to continue where we left off. So until then, this is RPG signing off by saying Godspeed and game on, gamers. So, by all means, peace out.